Okay, we're in the upstairs bathroom. Sometimes I start at the top when I don't have as much at the top. I kind of work my way down. A lot of times I like to do it the other way around. Commode flushes fine. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. These fans vent to the soffits. They're not supposed to vent to the soffits. Now here's an interesting note, because the downstairs bathroom doesn't have a fan. It has a window. As long as you've got a window, a fan's not required. This room has both. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. We got a little chipped up porcelain, a little rusty porcelain right there on the drain stopper. How does this drain stopper work? I don't know. No, it doesn't work. Oh, it just kind of doesn't. All right. Oh. How about that? Okay, upstairs drain stopper's loose. What else am I learning as if I've never been here before? But I have. Now these sinks, lavatory basins, excuse me, they do not have overflow drains. Percolators is the name. They don't have percolators, and percolators are not required. But just know that, like if you've got absent-minded guests or children, and somebody was to close these drain stoppers and then you become preoccupied, you might have an event. It'd be nice if they had those, but again, those devices are not required. It's really boring under here. Boring. All right, boring is good. Boring is good. Boring. All right. How does the door work? Okay. That's the way it works. Now we're going to come on downstairs and we'll stay on the plumbing, and then we'll move to the appliances. So we're just going to go from the parent bathroom into the laundry and the guest bathroom, downstairs bathroom, and beyond. All right, see this parent bathroom? It's got a latch. So that's your privacy, because the bathroom itself does not have a door. And so we're coming on along inside of here. Even the commode, the toilet area, it doesn't have a door. All right, hot's on the left, cold's on the right. These drain stoppers are working. This is GFCI protected, but it's not labeled as being so. This is the GFCI for that. It's kind of the same thing that was going on upstairs in the half bath. Oh, look at this. All right, see something twice, see something else, right? Okay, that's what we're here for. And it works. How about that? GFCI should have a little notice on there, so you know, you can guess. You wouldn't have to assume. Now this is kind of interesting. All right, the TV fits right here, and so I guess as long as you're standing here, you can watch it. Huh. Okay. I've seen some that weren't so innocent. Where the placement was not so innocent. So, coming on along, the parent bathroom shower, ran water, niche is fine, the door gasket's fine, hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Same thing with the bathtub. Look how nasty that is. Guess who's going to get to put their hand in that? Look how nasty that bathtub is. This jet tub does not have any pump access. Maybe it's inside that little planter box or that niche or whatever, but it's been sealed up. Okay. We'll turn that thing on. We know it works. You can turn it on. You can just pick it in. I say it works. Is that jet over there working? I'll look before I wash my hands. I can't look before I wash my hands. All right. Inside the commode area, this is the GFCI for the jet tub. But it's supposed to be faceless. It's supposed to be faceless. Jet tub GFCI is not faceless. Okay, we're going to come back to that. I don't know how exactly. and find a plastic bag or something. It's a wetsuit. Moving on along. All the way over, keeping with mostly in our plumbing mode. This is the laundry, nice big laundry. See these receptacle outlets over here? They're supposed to be GFCI protected and they're not. The one over here is supposed to be GFCI protected and they're not. And by today's standards, this is a 3-prong electric, by the way. By today's standards, even the 240 volt is supposed to be GFCI protected, and it's not. Our closed dryer vent is a little dirty. You can see in there, kind of clogged, needs to be cleaned. This gas valve, if you're not going to have a gas dryer, it needs to be capped off. It needs to be capped off right there. It looks like we have a little water event right in there. So that's it. We got a pocket door, why not? And this is part of the end. Stay out. Okay. Now, vent fans are not required in laundries. Not even operable windows are required in laundries. This laundry does not have a vent fan. It doesn't have an operable window. Yes, that's desirable. No, that's not a requirement. Moving on along, this is the guest bathroom. Oh, this is appliances. We don't have the attachments. It's been disconnected. This is the whole house vacuum system, and it's not working for us. This is not working. So this room doesn't have a vent, and it's supposed to have ventilation. It has a window, a nice little slider window right there. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Commode flushes fine. Pretty much non-eventful. 1 GFCI, so it's labeled. So pretty much non-eventful. Coming in. Good night. Okay, so that's the way that works. So we'll just move right on along in the kitchen. One of my favorite stories. When this house was a baby in the builder's belly, and all this sheetrock wasn't put up or anything, and then all these walls were stubbed out in the boxes for the switches and the receptacle outlets. They're all extended out so the sheetrock could be cut around them. They did a much better job on this room than they did on the electric service panel. I got to tell you that. All right. But when we came in here, we wanted to add all this nice little Mondrian splashback. And that's nice. I like it. That's real nice. But it sticks out. It sticks out quite a bit right here. See that? It sticks out quite a bit. So what happens is that the receptacle no longer fits. And so they come in here and they had to stick it out. So you got this big gap right there. See that big gap? Okay, that compromises the fire blocking. Okay, they sell these things. I got it baked in the report. There's a little link that takes you to Pretty Handy Girl, and she shows you how to put, you know, the extenders. I heard a code inspector call it a spark resistor. I don't know where he got that, but he seemed to know what he was talking about. So, you know, I'll go along with that. And a lot of people call them goof rings, you know. So, but anyway, they cost about $2 a piece. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, you know. And you're not going to get away with $2 a piece. They're going to charge you sales tax and stuff. That's how they get you. But what I'm saying is for less than $20, it could have been made right. It sure could have been made right. This vent fan is circulating. All right? This vent fan is circulating. And the filter's clean and it seems to be okay. And I feel the air blowing. That's nice. And the cooktop works, and there's really nothing going on here. The only thing going on here really, and it's kind of like in the electrical section, but we don't have electrical section, so here we are. Okay, if we come up in here, we have an open electric junction box. An open electric junction box right there. That should have been sealed up. Now outside, you can see where at one time somebody had planned. What am I looking at? You go down around. Where do you go? Oh, into that plug right there. At one time, somebody had planned to have a downdraft vent fan, but I cannot find a hole in the floor or the wall for a downdraft vent fan. But a hood is over there on the north wall. This is the north side of the kitchen. These north countertop receptacle outlets are not GFCI protected. This southwest GFCI receptacle outlet is not GFCI protected. I ran the ovens. They run pretty good. I got bake, I got broil. Okay, I got oven lights, all those things. I went through, you know, I took it through its paces. It doesn't have a convection. Convection is not required. It does have self-cleaning. It says clean modes. Okay, so we've got that feature. We've got a microwave over here. Let's see how we're going to do on this. I got my magic lights block and it's still wet. Okay, we'll put a little bit of time on it. Okay. Hit start. And then how's my magic lights doing? Oh, there we go. See that? Now it's supposed to blink. I'm not supposed to stay on. Oh, okay, there you go. Blinking for us. Thank you, magic lights. Yay, okay. So we know the microwave works. Ooh, look at the steam coming off of that. One or the other. We use both. We want to make sure. Dishwasher is doing its thing. It's running through the cycle. But it might be doing its thing, but let's just... Okay, we're at the dishwasher. Let's keep going. If you could pull this dishwasher out and unplug it, that's considered an electric disconnect. Now, to me, you can't work on the dishwasher without, tripping the breaker. So I don't think that's an electric disconnect, but I've lost that argument so many times. I'm just tired of losing that argument. So, there it is. It probably has a plug behind it. I don't know, the age of this house, I'm pretty darn sure it's got a plug behind it. Now what's happening here is, in the last few years, it's a safety device, so that's what I'm talking to you about. It's a safety device, but in the last few years we've decided that this dishwasher and these garbage disposals should be GFCI protected. And it's what we decided. We sure did. Let's turn some things off here, because we weren't able to get the food waste. That's the electric disconnect for the dishwasher. I'll be a monkey's uncle. Or did it just cycle off on its own? No, this is the switch for the dishwasher. How about that? The food waste disposal is not plugged in. I shouldn't plug things in that are unplugged. That's what I shouldn't do that. I should not do that. This is going to be a safety. This is going to be a safety lesson. Listen to that guy go. Maybe we should put some water on it. Alright, it's at 1/3 horsepower. That's the way it looks underneath here. I'm not seeing a lot of rust or anything. And that would be... That's why it's unplugged. We can't turn it off. Oh my goodness. We can't turn it off. That's probably the dishwasher. That's probably the garbage disposal switch. And somebody, when they did all this wiring, they got it all wrong. Look at that. Look at that. Boy, every day it's something, isn't it? So the dishwasher has an electric service disconnect, but not really. And we don't have a switch for the food waste disposal. And this hose right here that's coming in, that is for your dishwasher. That's your dishwasher drain line. And it's supposed to have a loop on it that comes up to the bottom of the sink, alright? So that way it's an anti-siphon loop, because you could have this sink full of dirty water, dishwater, and the barometric pressure pushing down to cause water to go through this low loop into your clean dishes. So you're supposed to have a loop on that. And this plumbing right in here, it should have a escutcheon plate, so we're missing a escutcheon plate. And then, this is one of my favorite ones. It's kind of like the goof ring statement. This sink is supposed to cascade down like this. Alright? That's the way it's supposed to go. It's not supposed to go have a lip like this. That's called a foul line. That's hillbilly home inspections. That's the way we call it. It's foul line. It's not supposed to do that. And your realtor, anybody will tell you, just put a little bleach on it. Just put a little bleach on it. You know, I guess you could put a little bleach in there, but, you know, it looks kind of foul. I mean, I wonder where they got the name. So, moving on along, when they installed this sink, the manufacturer of the sink had this crazy idea to just drill holes in the bottom of this so that the clips would hold it securely in place. Well, that just takes entirely too much time. We can just put a couple sticks in there to hold it up. A couple sheetrock screws and some sticks. There you go. Now we're doing it. I tell you what, though, I wouldn't stand in this sink. I don't think anybody is. I don't know if you're going to have a problem with it. I see a lot of them made this way. I see a lot of them made wrong. Let's see, where else are we at? Well, that's it. Yeah, the the refrigerator does not convey, is what I understand. I don't inspect them anyway. Oh, fireplaces. We can talk about fireplaces. That's an appliance, right? This fireplace does not have a hearth extension, but the manufacturer might not require one. And this floor is a ceramic. It looks like wood to you. This is a ceramic tile floor. So any ashes that fall off this artificial gas log is probably not going to burn the house down. You're probably pretty safe. I'm just telling you what it's supposed to have. That's all there is to it. So it'd be nice if you knew to stay 36 inches away from it. See this, this is where all the mechanicals are. My client and I were looking at it earlier. You saw the way I fumble around. Now look at this. This is interesting. I'm getting interested anyway, maybe not you. You see that little line? This fits in like Lincoln logs. These things fit in like they're supposed to. And you get the same fire every time, I get that. But if those logs aren't aligned like they're supposed to, they do not create smoke. Okay, that was kind of what makes them dangerous for carbon monoxide reasons. They don't create smoke, but they will create soot. And if those logs aren't lined up like they're supposed to, you're going to be painting all this. Just saying. Look at that. Good catch, bud. All right, and we got one more fireplace. Let's go talk about that one. Oh, not here yet. Columbo here, if you know who that is. But anyway, we got some gaps around the fireplace around right in there. We got one more appliance. One more appliance. Can you imagine? This is the living room fireplace, and this is where we hide the key, and the key works, and the gas is here, and it's artificial gas logs too. This one does not have, it has a screen. Screens are not required. They're required on the top, but not here. It doesn't have an energy-saving gas front, but again, those aren't required. Hearth extension is fine. The surround is fine. Everything's looking good here. All right, well, surely we can find something, can't we, bud? Sure we can. Come over here. You see that little hole right there where the gas pipe's coming through? They should have been sealed. And there's some discussion about that. I'm of the school that thinks it should be sealed. I sure am. And then we look up here and see that nice little damper. This is a gas log. Remember, they don't make smoke. I just closed the gas log, the chimney 100%. Where's it going to go? Where's it going to? It's going to come in here. It's going to put you to sleep. It needs to be foolproof. It's supposed to have a little damper clamp on there to keep it from closing 100%. They cost about, I don't know what they cost, about 15 bucks. I will venture to say, but don't hold me to it. So anyway, the damper's keeping that from closing 100%. Now both of these fireplaces, unfortunately, I guess, but again, the manufacturer specifications. Both of these fireplaces get their combustible air from the living space. Manufacturer specifications supersedes code. All right. So now one thing that I did notice since we're here, and I'm going to yank it around. This fireplace flue does not extend through the roof far enough. All right. It's supposed to go 3 feet above the upper roof. The flue itself is too close to this wall right here, and then when it goes through the wall, then it should extend up over the roof 3 feet above the upstairs roof line, and it doesn't do that.